Hello. Hi, Viet Beast. Congrats on being first one here. I was just browsing Twitter and trying to figure out who the heck in my Twitter followers is liking all this Honkai not safe for work fan art because I keep seeing it all over my feed. But hello, how are you? Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna just doodle some stuff for fun today. I was gonna start something new, but then while I was sitting here during my starting screen, I realized that I kind of don't feel like starting something new today. So I did kind of start this like animation. It's got exactly 2 frames. Um, I might, I might make this and then turn it into like a little thing on the corner of my screen when I stream or something. But yeah, I'm working. Hi, working. I'm Sammy. Anyways, I hope work is going well. Kai's in the background, screaming at people. So I actually closed the door today. Normally I keep it cracked, but I actually closed it all the way today because he's being a little bit loud. But that's okay. I am gonna turn on some music though. Let's see if this works. I guess it's not going to work. Never mind, but whatever. I think the music's playing though. You know what? Let me try. There we go. Okay, it's got the little now playing. Okay, it does work. Woohoo! There are a couple things that I do want to share though. One is, let's see, where is it? So a while back, I streamed doing graduation cookies. I did some doodles so that my parents could print them onto cookies for a graduation party for my siblings and cousins. So I thought I'd share that. We had that party on Sunday. And look at this. Look how it turned out. This is like a box of cookies. I can't tell if you can tell that they're cookies. Oh, hang on. Let me try to make it bigger. Da, 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 look at that. My cousin Lightning JW over here in the corner, he actually popped into my stream, like literally the stream after I finished working on these, so I was really nervous that he was gonna go back in my VODs and see it, but I don't think he did, which works for me. I was like holding my breath when he was here chatting and we were talking about like sports and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, please don't look at my channel. But yeah, the party was very fun. Had lots of friends and family around, which was very cool. It was in a community center that my other cousins used to have their birthday parties at, so it brought back a lot of memories of like being a kid and running around and playing tag and stuff. And now all our like baby cousins were doing the same thing, so we were kind of watching them and thinking like, man, that used to be us. That's crazy. Like, time really flies. Because I don't know why I think they got to an age. Well, excuse me, hiccups. They got to an age where we stopped doing like birthday parties every single year. So, and that's kind of why we haven't been going. But so it was the first time we were there since we were all like probably elementary school age. Here's another picture of the cookies, a little closer, oh, closer look at them, except there's like a reflection on them. They use them as like party favors, so they're all individually wrapped, so you kind of see a bit of a reflection on it. But yeah, it turned out nice. The cookies were good. They were actually quite big though, so I was trying to eat one because, you know, why shouldn't I eat one? But I didn't finish. I finished most of it, but I will say about like halfway in, I felt like I was kind of forcing myself to finish it just so I wouldn't waste it. The other thing that I want to show you guys though was, so as you guys know, I've been drawing lots of like bubble cats, like this little guy. I don't know if I'll think of another name for it, but for now we're just calling them little bubble cats. But Crimson Bandit drew his own bubble cat and sent it to me on Twitter, and I did ask if I could show it on stream, and he said it was okay with him. So, ba-bum. Oh, let me turn these off. Look at that. Look at what he drew. He sent it to me on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Like, look at that. He did so good. And he got the little like cat mouth and stuff. And yeah, and he put it in a little suit and tie, and I thought it was really, really cool. So I might keep this in the corner for now because I think it's really, really cool. I'm gonna count this as fan art. I don't know if this really counts as fan art. I feel like it does, so we're just gonna call it fan art. But yeah, I thought that was really neat. I was really flattered, and I think he did a really good job. Okay, but anyways, that being said, I'm gonna make this one move. I'm gonna just make it bounce. It's not gonna be anything fancy. It's just kind of something I started as like a little animation practice, even though I've kind of done this exact animation quite a few times, but I feel like it would be cute to have. So yeah, that's the plan for today. The other thing I was thinking of doing today though was so there's this hummingbird kind of around our like complex, like our apartment complex, that I think Cassie's been seeing in the window. So there was one time that I think Kai has seen this more often, but I saw her looking out the bathroom window and there was this hummingbird like literally right outside, and it was the cutest freaking thing. But then I couldn't get a picture of it because by the time I pulled my phone out, the bird was gone. But I kind of wanted to draw that because it was so stinking cute. Um, that was something that I was considering doing today, and then I changed my mind because I feel like starting something from scratch takes a different kind of like level of energy, if that makes sense. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't think I'm quite in the mood for that today. I thought I was up until like right before I start, even after I started. But then like a couple minutes into the starting screen, I was like, I don't know if I actually want to like do the whole planning and everything, um, and like, start from nothing today. I feel like what I've found is that it's easier to do that off stream so that I can just kind of chill while I'm streaming. Because I feel like once you have it sketched out, there's a lot less like focus that needs to go into drawing and everything. Sometimes it's good to like really like throw your mind into it, but I feel like today my brain is not there. I feel like less than an hour ago I was complaining about it being really hot because I went out to go pick up some dinner. But now that I'm sitting here back in the apartment with the AC on, I'm finding that it's actually kind of cold. So I might grab a sweatshirt in a minute, but we'll just work like this for now. You can tell it's getting to summer now too, because it's like 7 p.m. and the sun is still very high in the sky. Like, what was it? We were kind of sort of out of town. Oh no, I'm covering the fishing. A fish fillet burger. That's funny. Here, we'll move the Crimson Bandit fan art to. Here, I'll just turn this off for now. I'll pull it up another time if I wanna brag about it and share it. But yeah, fish fillet. They don't have that at McDonald's anymore, do they? Or they have it sometimes as like a limited time thing or something. Is that right? I don't know. That used to be my mom's like go-to McDonald's thing. I didn't used to eat it a lot, but once they removed it from their like regular menu, I was like, man, I've never craved fish fillets. Oh, it's the filet-o-fish. That's what it is. I've never craved those until they were gone. You don't know how good you have it until you don't have it anymore. What's that one? A mackerel. Cassie likes mackerel, I think. Yeah. I threw some of the lo-fi music from last time into this playlist for stream music, which I got a little more comfortable about after I added the little like now playing button at the top. I don't even know if you can see it, but yeah, for the first like couple minutes of the song it shows it. I don't know, there's probably a separate widget that could show it like throughout, because this one I think you can only have it show for up to 2 minutes after the song starts, which is fine, but I don't know, this is a learning process. Okay, this one, I feel like, can I just flip it like this? So it goes like here-ish. Yeah, and then we can do like one more after that's like even more in the next frame. Kai's cousins were here for the 3-day weekend too. That was very fun. They were bonding over TCG. Lots of card game talk this weekend. I took them to a card shop near my parents' place. I actually didn't realize, we've been there a few times, but I didn't realize how close it was to my old dance studio. It's like literally up the street from it, but it's in a direction that I never used to go when I was younger, so I never really I mean, even if I like had, I don't think I would have realized it was there, because it's kind of just this like little corner spot. Like, I wouldn't have recognized it as a card shop if like someone didn't tell me it was a card shop. But yeah, they seemed to have a lot of fun. They played something. They played some card game, but I've been an old lady recently and I've been like weirdly tired, so I went to sleep really early while they were doing that. Yeah, but it was nice to have a 3-day weekend, especially considering how busy it was, because on Saturday all the groomsmen got together to pick out or get fitted for suits and stuff, which I didn't realize how fancy schmancy suits could be until we went to that appointment, and they were like asking all these questions about like every little detail about the suits, and I was like, oh my gosh, why are there so many options? Like every little fold and crease and shape was like something else. Yeah. Like, I know growing up I've always been like, oh, men have it so easy, they just wear a suit for everything, which I still kind of believe, but like there were definitely lots of details that came up this time around that I was like, wow, I had no idea that this was a thing. Okay, I think this can use a little bit more blue around the edge. So I feel like the thing with bubbles is, as long as you kind of show like it lighter and whiter and lighter around the edges, then it looks close enough to like a bubble. Hang on, I need to fix this mask as well. So like that, mask this. Because I don't exactly want to do this like a regular clipping mask, because the opacity on this one is lower and that kind of messes with the color sometimes. I just find it easier this way. It's a little more like painting than it is like drawing directly on it, even though that's kind of what we're doing. But I do want it like kind of transparent, which is why I don't want to clip it to a transparent shape. I don't know, I feel like that didn't make sense, but yeah, that's the general idea, I think. And the sparkles are going to be a little bit different this time, I think. I want to change it a little bit. At least for the tail, really quick, we'll do 2 little spots, because before we had 1. Let's fix the ears first. I feel like I'm taking this a little too fast. Oh, I did get a game. I think I might play a game on stream sometime later this week. And by later this week, potentially tomorrow, because I think Kai's sister's gonna be here later in the week again, which I remembered this time. I didn't forget. So I won't make empty promises again about when I'm streaming. So maybe, this isn't a promise, so this doesn't count if I don't follow through, but maybe tomorrow I will play a game. It's allegedly a much cozier, easier game, so I hopefully won't look too stupid. Maybe just a little bit. I might look a little bit silly, but It's okay. I've heard it's fun. I don't know much about it. But it kept coming up for quite a while. It's not like a new game, but like it's come up a few times, so I was like, I'll give it a try. This seems like something I might potentially enjoy. We'll see. Oh, I had this bug bite on my leg though, and so I keep like trying to resist the urge to scratch it, by which I mean I'm scratching around it, which probably also isn't good, but like I can't help it. I feel like summer's just starting to lure out all the bugs. We washed our sheets yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Cause yeah, it's not fun. Okay, what is happening here? Oh, I see. I think it's this one. Yeah. Should be more than enough, I think. Let's fill that. Okay, and I want to update the sparkles. So kind of what I've been doing is like two frames where they're like similar position and then swap to like completely different. Which maybe in that case I should do this so that I know where not to put it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so all my siblings were back home for a week or so, up until yesterday. One of my sisters went back to her out of town home. She'll be back again in a couple of weeks though, because we have our bachelor/bachelorette party, which will be fun. Is there too much? Maybe a little too much. Let's do this one. Just light sparkles. Oh, this is Castle in the Sky. Dun, 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 dun. Together. This one all the way down. We can add more in between. Maybe not all the way, maybe like this. Part of me, hold on, let me think. I feel like I should make the bubble warp a little more. Let me think. Okay, here comes that. Maybe this one should be squished. I was trying to think which one to squish, because I feel like that's been a problem. Is I warp everything else, but the body of the bubble should be very squishy as well. That's not too squishy. Try that. Well, I hope this isn't overkill. We're committing to it. Let's commit to it. Should I squish the eyes too then? Maybe. Maybe I'll squish them a little bit. still be scary, but I think a little better than what I had before. Well, that's not too bad. Just kind of reshaping everything. That's okay. I'd rather not cut corners, even though this is like an entirely for fun thing. There's just no satisfaction in doing something like halfway, especially if it is for fun. Because then it's like, what do I have to lose? Let me just select this. Mask that one. I'm kind of debating even having this layer, but I'll do it. I'll keep it. You know what? I am just gonna get rid of that. Every single time, I just don't have a fun time with it. So, yeah. Hi, Lee. Welcome in. How are you? How was your Tuesday? We're just doing some fun, purely for fun animations. Just some bubble cat stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to squish it a little more. A cardboard box. That reminds me of Blanket. Blanket's a cardboard box. Let's see. Yeah, I'll squish it this way. This way can probably stay, and then this frame can be more squished, which, let me just delete this really quick. Okay, which means the reflections should also change. Or whatever you want to call these. I'd say they're reflections. Highlights? Whatever. Went to the doctor's yesterday for my head because it's been dizzy for over 3 months. Oh no! Long story short, need to go for a CT scan and blood work. On the plus side, Mantis and Psylocke are now Lord and rivals. Ooh, that's exciting. I'm sorry about your head though. I hope everything's okay. That's always scary, head stuff specifically. I mean, all health stuff tends to be pretty scary, but I don't know. The human brain head is very delicate, so I hope everything is all right. How are you doing? Not a fair trade-off? I mean, if you say so. Whatever makes you happy. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, I have a picture of the graduation cookies that I drew last time. We had the graduation party for my sisters and my cousins. And yeah, this is how they turned out. I think this picture's a little better. There's a glare on it, but yeah, they're like individually wrapped cookies. We just handed them out as favors, but this is what I drew on stream a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so very exciting. They were very tasty. They had a whole bunch of different flavors. They had, I can't remember all of them. They had ube, cookies and cream. I'm not gonna lie, those are the only two I remember. I know there were more, but those were kind of the two that I was deciding between. I would have picked cookies and cream, except they were kind of running out by the time, because they kind of went around to all the tables at the grad party, and so I was all the way at the end. So I think they were running low on cookies and cream, so I grabbed an ube one, which was very good. But yeah, apparently cookies and cream was pretty popular, which honestly just makes me wish I had some or had one. Maybe I'll ask my mom if there were any leftovers, but it didn't sound like there were. They saved a few for people who couldn't make it, like my dance teacher, my old dance teacher who taught me and my sister, so I should say our dance teacher. But yeah, other than that, yeah, there was that. Did some wedding planning stuff, which was, fun, stressful, all that usual stuff, Yeah, I was thankful for it it was a 3-day weekend here in the States, and I think it was an observed bank holiday in the UK too, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That was just on a calendar that I have. But yeah, it was a 3-day weekend here in the lovely United States of America. So yeah, that was nice to have the extra day to kind of recover from all of that. Almost didn't really have that either, because like there was just so much like family stuff happening this weekend, and then my parents wanted to see a movie. They wanted to see Mission Impossible, partially because they had these like free movie tickets that we got from when we flew to New York, LA, and all that. And Delta Airlines was doing a bunch of promotional stuff, so we got free movie tickets, not to any movie specifically, but just like promotional like AMC tickets. So we had a whole bunch of them, and so my parents were like, oh, we need to figure out how to like use these all, or not figure out how to use them all up, but like try to get through them while all our cousins are in town for the summer and stuff, because there tends to be very little overlap with everyone in town. But I will say by Monday I was like, I'm tired from this weekend. I need some time to decompress and just be a little bit antisocial. So yeah, it was kind of a hope you understand kind of situation, because yeah, I feel like my parents' social battery much bigger than mine. By far. I don't know how they do it. Okay, I'm gonna fix these a little bit so that they take up a little more space. Maybe add a little bit of the... No, I should just stretch it over this way. Okay, how's this? Better. It is more squishy. I got a shiny Haunter for TCG Pocket. Oh my gosh, congratulations! I got a shiny Starmie EX, which I think was my first, like, what do you call it? Like the full art shiny ones. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be my first Starmie EX at all. Because I don't remember ever having one. Oh my god, Kai Hanek drew Psyduck. That's so funny. He said lucky boy and then drew Psyduck. Wow. Viet Beast, always with the TCG Pocket luck. Give me some of the luck. Gimme. I still haven't finished a single like full set or whatever you call it. Kai and I were looking earlier and I was like, wow, I didn't even realize. But yeah, I haven't completed any of them. I'm close on, I think is it Mystical Island? Whichever one with the Mew. I think I only have 3 cards left on that one. Which I didn't expect. I don't know why. I thought there was more. I'm gonna make this a little longer. It might be too long. I kind of don't want to mess with the ears too much, so we'll just go like this. Just a little bit of a squish. You know, if anything, how about it doesn't have to be a perfect oval. It can just a little egg-shaped. Yeah, I think that's good. It's an egg-shaped bubble. Animations are so funny because all the individual frames can look so like weird. Like, that's a funky looking bubble, if I do say so myself. Not quite a smear frame, but it's smearing. I want to get better at utilizing smear frames, but I don't know, it scares me a little bit. Like, I know it looks better, but somehow when I'm doing it, it never feels like it looks right. Like, it seems so easy, but then I do it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so, like, funky. And I don't know if I'm probably overthinking it, but I don't know. I feel like this isn't as action-y of an animation that would need smear frames anyways, though, so I'm gonna leave them off for this particular one, but one of these days maybe I'll do a more dynamic animation that utilizes smear frames a bit more. That's like the kid that he's probably like a teenager now, the kid who did the Lego animations for Spider-Verse. He was very clever in that he would use some of the spiky Lego pieces as smear frames in his like Lego animations. I was like, oh my gosh, I can only like dream of being half that creative. It's very impressive. Okay, let's fix this now. There we go. There we go. This is fine, I think. Oh my gosh, it does look so funky. Hang on. It does look very egg-like, but it also, like, the lines themselves could be a little bit smoother. Let me just play this real quick just to see. Yeah, that's fine. It's almost like a teardrop shape, which I think makes sense in this case. Yeah, okay, I think this could work. Look at that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This is like the top of the bounce, and I've left lots of space to drop down. So let's go from here. I kind of want to make this like super exaggerated. We'll make it really skinny this time. How about that? Oh, is this too much? Maybe this is a good time for a smear frame. Like, oh no, I don't want to try that. I mean, I guess now is the time to try it if I want to, but I'll try without first. We can always do this at a later, like add it later. How's this? And we can mess with the ears too. Really squished. Really super duper squished. Almost want this to, I want this to kind of meet a little bit more like over here. So like, good enough. I know that was a very small difference, but good enough. Sides of the ears. Normally when I do cats I make them like kind of fuzzy, but because it's a bubble I figured the inside of the ear could be like kind of rounder, smoother, whatever you want to call it. This tail I would also like to stick way up, just like similar thing with the tail. It's like more of a bubbly tail. So it's not exactly like a thin cattail, but it's not like fuzzy either. I feel like maybe I should make it a little bit skinnier for the spring though. Might be okay. Oh, squish, squish. Okay. I think the eyes should be squished here too. Maybe I'll even. Part of me is like, maybe I should, what do you call it? I'm really messing this up. Also move the face up and down physically, almost like a nodding like pattern. That's something that I also think can happen later though. How's this? Move this face up a little bit. I was debating doing a mouth open, but I think this is okay without. You know what? This reflection also is way too low. Let me go like this so I can see what I'm changing it from though. Okay, wrong color. There we go. Alright, getting somewhere. Bouncy, bouncy. I definitely will. Maybe I'll slow it down too, and then like, because I don't want it to be like a dizzying animation. I want it to be something that like, I don't know. I might just have it on my screen just as an idle thing, just as like almost like a little stream pet. Yeah, I feel like that would be a fun idea. Oh, you know what else I forgot? I had a few offline follows, so before I forget, thank you, Davey Plays Fortnite, Iron Isopod, and Witches Only for following within the last few days. I don't know where you guys came from, which is part of why I forgot to even bring it up. But thank you guys. Much appreciated. Yeah, I get a surprising number of people following me offline, and I'm always kind of like, what brought you here? What are you doing here? But I do appreciate it. Yeah, I meant to do that at the beginning of the stream, but I got a little bit distracted by all the things that I wanted to share from the weekend. Which wasn't a lot, but I feel like because I don't always, like, my weekends are always either super busy or super tame, so when I have a super busy weekend, like after a few weeks of like less busy weekends, it like gets all up in my head. Granted, the weekend before wasn't all that calm either, but I don't know. I've definitely been tired from all the madness, but luckily, in contrast, work has been like the opposite. Work has been incredibly not busy. like all around, our whole team is kind of like, here's a few assignments that we have, and we're all just gonna split the work on these because there's just not enough of our other usual work available. I think part of it is because like everyone's, especially like people with kids and stuff, are like taking advantage of the summer months to go travel and everything. So yeah, no one's around to assign work or or answer questions or any of the usual stuff that typically keeps the ball rolling on work things. I don't know if I finished them. Okay, that's okay. Mask. I don't want to do a clipping mask on these ones. Just everything that is probably over here. What is that? Oh, you know what? I didn't finish erasing this. That's why. Let's probably stay over here is my guess. Okay, let's try this again. Select that, and then mask this. Select this, and mask this. Okay, there we go. That looks much cleaner. And then also, I feel like there's a weird lump here, so we're gonna fix that as well. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we can go back to this. I love this lo-fi playlist. I was thinking, I haven't even finished my regular like model, like the live 2D model that I would like to like actually stream regularly with. Also because right before I started rigging it, I was like, you know what? It's been so long since I drew this. Oh, followers only mode. Oh, rip he, eh? Oh, ad break. Ad jail. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah, but what did I say? I can't remember. Whatever thought was in my brain has left. There's no more thoughts behind my eye. Oh, we were talking, okay, I remember. Live 2D model. Yeah, I drew one quite a while ago and then never really finished, or it was like kind of mostly finished. But then as I was getting it ready to rig, I was like, on second thought, I kind of want to just completely redraw it in a slightly different style. Like barely different, but just a little bit different. So yeah, that's kind of gonna take a while. But my goal is to have that done before I'm gonna give myself a long time just to be safe. But mark my words, before December, before my birthday, I will finish that model. Because I bring that up because when I was doing the co-working stream last week, honestly, even before I did the co-working stream, I was thinking like, oh, if I ever do a co-working stream, it would be cool to have like a almost like a lo-fi girl inspired model. Like I would just have a separate model that's literally just like part of the art and just kind of, you know, go from there. That way it keeps me from getting too distracted. No promises on that either though, but noted. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize you were actually here. Followers only. I feel like I've never played with that option. But yeah, I do want to get it. I want to give myself a deadline, even if it's a casual deadline, if that makes sense. Originally, I was gonna finish it before I ever started streaming, but as you can see, that did not happen. Before I forget, big full reflection thingy here. So I left my phone in the pocket. Oh, I saw it, but I didn't really know what it meant or what was happening. But that's okay. I don't mind. It's okay. There was one time that, kind of early on when Kai was streaming, I used to watch a stream on my iPad, and I straight up fell asleep on the keyboard attachment to my iPad, and I sent like a wall of just like random letters. It was just random text, and he was like, what did you just type? And then he came into the room and saw me just passed out on my iPad. Imagine I banned someone. Ban Kaihane. Just kidding, don't ban him. I've definitely almost done that too. I think in Vanilla Mochi's chat, it was like I had my, because I also watched his on my phone a lot, and I don't remember what I was doing. I just remember looking down and seeing like, oh, do you want to ban whatever user? And it was like a first time chatter or something, and I was like, no, don't do that, don't do that. With great power comes great potential for mistakes. Yeah, don't worry, I've been guilty of that. I haven't actually done it though. Knock on wood. If they come back to streaming, hopefully we aren't messing things up too bad. Yeah, I think the worst for me, I mean, there was that time that I accidentally keyboard smashed on Kai in my sleep, and then there was also another time that I was watching Kai and another streamer at the same time, and I think I meant to respond to something that Kai said, but I typed it in the other streamer's chat, and I was so embarrassed that I just I didn't even watch her streams for a while because I was just so embarrassed every time I opened it because I was just thinking about that, and it wasn't even that bad, but I was just like reminded of it. Like it was just one of those things that stuck in my head, and I was like, I can't. I've chatted with her since. I think I rated her like a month ago or so. She was doing some art. But yeah, that was a moment that lived rent free in my head for way too long. We were looking at like Ghibli music for like wedding receptions and stuff, and I was surprised at how many people use this one for wedding entrances. I mean, it makes sense though. Like, I like it. I like the vibe of it, especially in a piano version. I feel like Ghibli music is just very very fitting for that. Just checking something. I see something that I missed. I need to make this connect. Keep it consistent between the frames, at least some of it. Not everything has to be exactly the same, but you know what, on this though, on this particular one, the sparkles, I think a couple of them can be moved upward a little bit. Something like that. To oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I understand. I was trying to figure out which one I was supposed to match, because I was like, this should be an even number, so each one should have one that quote unquote matches, because that's kind of how I've been doing the sparkles, is like, so on this one I'll keep it kind of close but not exactly the same as where the placement of the last sparkles were. Well, this one in particular, I think I need to stretch it out a little more, so I'll be a little more particular about it in that sense. If I do add more frames and like increase the frame rate or whatever, I might even add more like similarly placed frames, but for the time being, I think this will be sufficient. I still have a layer on that I don't want to be on, and that is this one. Alright, getting somewhere. Okay, I think this is a good time for a break. Let's get this break timer on. And yeah, we will be right back in, let's do a 10-minute break. 10 minutes. Alright, see you in a bit. I will leave all this running, probably run an ad at the same time, and then see you guys on the other side. I'm back. Wow, that was a lot of fishing. Oh, I wonder if it was too fast. Let's see. A junk nugget and a mackerel. Oh, you caught a mackerel earlier too, huh? Nice. Anyways, let's turn this off and let's keep going on this guy. Yeah, I definitely want to slow it down. The more that was going, the more I was like, ooh, I'm getting dizzy. I was looking at Twitter earlier, or I mean, not earlier, like literally just now, and there was this picture of a kangaroo that wasn't allowed onto, like, sorry, it's an emotional support kangaroo that wasn't allowed on an airplane, and someone was taking a video, and the kangaroo, I don't know why, it was like this teeny tiny kangaroo, and it was just holding the boarding pass and like staring directly at the camera, and I don't know why, that was like so amusing to me. Like, it looked so sad. It was like, oh, how come they won't let me on the plane? Like, he's holding the boarding pass and everything. I don't know much about emotional, or like, yeah, emotional support animals, but I can say I've never seen a kangaroo before. Maybe they're more common elsewhere, though. Any Australians available to confirm or deny the not validity, I guess how often you see emotional support kangaroos. Sounds cool to have a kangaroo friend. I guess that's how Christopher Robin felt. He had Kanga and Roo. Okay. I think maybe I'll get all the keyframes in and then add some more in between ones. Like, we'll keep it at this pace and then we'll slow it down after. So like from here. Maybe we'll have this shape too, actually. We'll just borrow this and remove it all the way down. Oh. Was that just me or did the music bug? I feel like that might have just been me. I heard like static. That was kind of funky. Alright, getting somewhere. Okay, we'll say that on this one I still want the tail upward though. Maybe it'll start coming down though, like, or no, maybe I'll keep, I don't know. We'll keep this, maybe make it a little bit like more plump, if anything. Let's see. Something like here. We could even keep it exactly the same, but I think I want to start having the shape come. Not too much more though. Generally the same though. Yeah. There we go, looking good. Let's see, I'm gonna come this way, ears are like that. I'm just gonna start flattening it a bit. So this might be okay. That way we just have to edit the tail and kind of just redo the sparkles, I guess. I'm enjoying this music. Dun, dun, dun. want to play Animal Crossing again. You guys want to see my Animal Crossing island? I don't even remember what it looks like. But I do remember when I got back into it maybe last year, I redid a lot of my island. Don't ask me what I did though, because I simply do not remember. I remember Vanilla Mochi got really into Animal Crossing as well. He had a big old crush on Bunny. Yeah, he visited, and I made a custom pattern just to welcome him in, and it was like handprint, like bloody handprints on the floor. Do you know why penguins don't fly? Ooh, I feel like I should know this one. I've heard this. It's a joke, and I can't remember the punchline. Why do penguins not fly? Why do penguins not fly? Ooh, I don't know. But also, hello, blanket. I can't think of the answer to that one. How are you though? Why don't penguins fly? Is it a joke, or am I just because they're smart and it's freezing down there? You know what? That's valid. I might have been thinking of a completely different joke. Here, let me. I agree though. Penguins are smart. From what I've seen, there's so many movies about penguins that they have to be, right? You know what? I think maybe I just made up a joke in my head because I cannot find a joke about penguins not flying. But this has been informative. I'm good today. That's good to hear. Do you have a good weekend? Did you have a 3-day weekend? You're in the States, right? Yeah, this is one of the few holidays that my company actually does recognize, which is nice. It always feels like we don't have very many like recognized holidays, but also my company is a bit they're very flexible with time off, where like you can move the holidays around very easily. Sammy, we discussed this already. Did we? I'm sorry, I forgot. They also give mates or potential mates a pebble for romance. Ooh, I did know about that, yeah. Kind of like, not exactly the same, but sea otters. Sea otters? Yeah, sea otters tend to have like a favorite rock, and they just hold it on their belly while they swim. And I think that's really freaking cute. Animals with their emotional support items and such are always so cute to me. It's like having like little stuffed animals with kids. And penguins' wives will fight other women when they try to steal their man. I don't know if I could win in a fight, but I would try. I would fight for you, Kai. Catch these hands. Don't steal my man. Okay, let's update these sparkles a little bit. What was the last one? There was a thing there and a thing there. Okay, so maybe I'll put one here. Sparkles, sparkles. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I zoomed like way too far out. Sometimes when I want to get a big picture, I zoom out, but like I zoom a little too far out after a while, and then it just kind of becomes nothing. Speaking of things that are supposed to be seen from far away, one of my emotes still hasn't been approved, and I'm very confused. Because, like, I uploaded 2, right? And I uploaded them on different days, and the second one got approved, but the first one still says pending. And I feel like it hasn't usually taken that long, so I don't know if I should just keep waiting or if I should just try to re-upload it. Because it was like the teary-eyed one, like it wasn't anything crazy. The other one got approved though, the fist pumping. This one. I feel like this one I don't know. That got approved, but the teary-eyed one is literally just like this. Like this, except like the eyes are like wiggling and that's like the only thing moving about it. But for some reason it has not been approved. It wasn't rejected yet, but it still says pending approval, which is weird because I uploaded that one first, but whatever, I guess. Whatever. Sammy, what's your go-to comfort food? Ooh, good question. I am a sucker for mac and cheese. I don't know if that counts as comfort food. Toast is always nice too. I feel like when I was younger, we would always have just like butter and toast at my grandma's house. So I would say that's a good one too. What about you? That or like cereal. I don't know. I feel like I've had cereal less so lately, but that used to be something I went to for like snackies and stuff. Can never go wrong with mac and cheese though. Okay, let's borrow this squished one this time. I think I like that squished body shape. And we'll just move some of the pieces around. So we'll put this down here. I guess the tail's okay because we're gonna replace that anyways. Let's see how we do this. We can do it like, yeah, what would you say your go-to comfort food is, Blanket? I almost want to borrow this from another frame as well. This one's a good one, I think. Without looking, can you guys tell what time it is on Animal Crossing from this music? Mine is quite simple. Stew, beef, and rice. Ooh, that sounds yummy too. I could see that being a good comfort food. A nice warm stew. Chunky beef pieces over rice. Yeah. I like that. Oops. Do you guys have a favorite Animal Crossing like hour of music? I say 2 p.m. is pretty up there, or this particular 2 p.m. one. Because it's not exactly like calm, but it's not like scary. It's just kind of, it's a vibe. It's fun. I never played Animal Crossing. Really? I feel like that took up so much of my pandemic life. Kai's sister got really into Animal Crossing. Like, she got a Switch during the pandemic, um, and like she had a whole, like, her Twitter was dedicated to Animal Crossing. She started an island newsletter that she posted on her Twitter, like on a weekly basis, monthly basis, I don't remember. And she would like host. She would host like meets and giveaways and stuff. She's a very big Disney fan, so she created like a mini Disneyland and like would invite people over and stuff to see her amusement park. Yeah, she was very big on that. She was also selling, not selling. She would craft a bunch of like fish bait, um, which is very valuable for like, fishing. Um, but I guess there's a market for that. I didn't realize, because it's not like it's hard to craft bait, but she started a whole like quote unquote Animal Crossing business where she would just spend her days crafting fish bait, and then have people over and they would bring her like gifts and stuff in exchange for like insane amounts of bait. Everyone had a Switch in the pandemic. Yeah, you can say that again. I got a Switch just before the pandemic, or maybe like a year or so before, kind of coincidentally. So I already had a Switch by the time the pandemic was like really in full swing. And I remember when we bought Animal Crossing, because Kai and I went to Target and we bought 2 items. We bought Animal Crossing and we bought hand soap. And I took a picture and I sent it to my friends, and I was like, this pretty much sums up the state of the world right now. And I still stand by that. I still look back at that picture and I'm like, if my future kids ask about the 2020 pandemic, this is the image I'm showing them. The hand soap and the Animal Crossing. Because really, like, there was nothing else going on. Like, I couldn't go back to work, and I technically, the internship that I had during school at that time was already in a very slow state because we were just getting out of the rainy season, and my field is very construction related, so all the field work that had to happen was not able to happen in the rain. So it got to a point, and I had been, not to gloat or anything, but I'd say I was pretty good at my job, to the point where the person I was like working directly under was like, hey, you've been really helpful and we've completely caught up on all the office work that needs to be done. So, and since there's no incoming work because the field crews aren't able to work in the rain, you don't have to come in. So there was just a whole period of like, I would just check in every morning and they'd be like, nope, you don't need to come in. I'll let you know if we get more work and stuff, but for now you're good. And then the pandemic hit, and so I just never went back again. And so I was a little bit sad about that, not gonna lie, because the people there were all very nice. The old lady that I mostly worked under, sweetest person, and she was like, for someone her age, she was very proficient with computers, especially compared to my later jobs. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, ma'am, I did not appreciate you nearly enough. That being like one of my early internships was not great for me, because then I just assumed that anyone in this industry would know how to operate a computer properly. That was very much not the case. I had one person that for some reason I was expected to kind of train on more financial stuff, actually, so not even related to my field. So I was trying to teach her to do some very complicated stuff on Excel with spreadsheets, which honestly, even some people with proficient computer knowledge might struggle with. Spreadsheets aren't for everyone, you know. But this lady, oh my goodness, I sat down with her and I was asking her to copy things from like one cell to another, and she pulls out a notepad and writes down copy equals control plus C. pace equals control plus V. And I'm like, oh my goodness. If this is this is the starting line, I don't think I can teach you how to do federal invoices on Excel, especially not in the hour that I was asked to do this. So I immediately was like I did what I could in an hour, which was not very much. Pretty much all we did in that time was show her how to copy data from one place to another, and then like make the rows and the columns the right size, like, you know, when you double click it and it auto sizes. And she was writing this all down very slowly too. And so I went to my supervisor and I was like, hey, I do not see this happening realistically. Like, like she's trying her best, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. Sammy, what's your favorite dinosaur? Ooh, I don't personally have a favorite dinosaur, but that question always reminds me of my younger cousin. When she was like maybe 3 or 4 years old, she and my sister, actually both around the same age, had a very strong dinosaur phase. And so my cousin had to make it known to everyone that her favorite dinosaur was the Parasaurolophus. It's been a few years, but she would not stop talking about it, to the point where when it came up in Animal Crossing, I was like, oh my gosh, I know that dinosaur. Parasaurolophus. Give me a second. Parasaurolophus. Yes, that was her favorite dinosaur. I personally don't have a favorite dinosaur. I've never had a strong dinosaur phase, but yeah, when I got that dinosaur, or completed that dinosaur in Animal Crossing, I made sure to take a picture of it and send it to her. Or send it to her mom, because like I said, she was like very young at the time, and I was like, look, it's your favorite dinosaur. Which, funny enough, I think like a year or two ago, the girls are like she and her sister are around, they're in like late to late elementary school now. So they recently got a copy of Animal Crossing and got to start playing, so that was very exciting. Although I will say I never got around to, I told them I would play with them, and then we never really got around to it, which I feel kind of sad about. And I don't know if they're still into it right now. I know they are into Demon Slayer at the moment, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, pretty neat, I think. Let's make these kind of match. This one has oops. A bit of a cross here. Do you have a favorite dinosaur, Lee? I feel like the easy answer for people are like the ones that come up in movies and TV shows all the time, like T-Rexes and Triceratops and pterodactyls. Because I don't really know much beyond that. And the Parasaurolophus. I just looked it up and I already forgot. Parasaurolophus. That one. Or a parasaur for short. I should just keep saying that, because I'm pretty sure that's like the, whatever you would call it, like the official nickname, question mark, kind of like how the T-Rex is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think that's correct. Don't quote me on this. This is not my not my expertise. But I feel like this. Albertosaurus. Ah, I see. What does that one look like? Let me see. Albertosaurus. Oh, I see. That does look pretty neat. It looks kind of like a T-Rex. Albertosaurus versus T-Rex. I kind of want to compare it now. Let's see. Okay. It's smaller. So there's Tyrannosaurus Rex, Albertosaurus, and Nanuqsaurus. I don't know how to say that. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering all of these, but in that order is biggest to, or they get smaller. Interesting. So it's like a smaller T-Rex, it seems like. It's called that because it's named after my home province. Ooh, that's so interesting. I had no idea that's how the dinosaurs were named. Or I guess some dinosaurs. Not all dinosaurs, I assume, but that's pretty cool. The more you know. Are you big on dinosaurs, Lee? I feel like I didn't have anything that I obsessed with, like, not like obsessed with, but like that I was super knowledgeable about, like, to that extent. Because my sister was like that as a kid too. She had a, oh my gosh, she had a collection of dinosaur figurines, and they came in this plastic tub that was shaped like a dinosaur head. Like, it was like a T-Rex head with a handle on it, and that was like the shape of the bucket. And my other sister always tells the story of how as kids they shared a bunk bed. So my dinosaur obsessed sister would sleep on the top bunk with that plastic dinosaur container. Like, she would just hold it like a teddy bear, and it's like the size of probably a small child's head, so it's pretty sizable. And one time, I guess it fell in the middle of the night off of her bunk bed and landed on my other sister's pillow. And so she rolled over in the middle of the night, opens her eyes, and she's like face to face with the freaking, like, what to her looks like a decapitated dinosaur head. And she was so freaked out. But yeah, such is the life of having siblings, I guess. Yes, I liked looking at rocks as a kid. And yes, I had friends. I enjoyed rocks too. I feel like when I was little, I would go out with my cousins a lot to, like, we would walk from our grandpa's house to the park, because like the park in our area also had like a library and stuff. So we would go to the park, play for a bit, grab some, like, check out some books from the library, and then bike home to my grandpa's house. And we would always kind of pick at like fun looking rocks on the way. Is that a Godfather reference? I've never seen The Godfather, actually. Which part was the Godfather reference? Did I accidentally make a Godfather reference? I feel like that's one that I should watch, because I literally took a film class in high school. Kind of. It was more filmmaking though. And they always like talked about The Godfather, and I know there's like lots of references to it in like modern media. Like Zootopia had a whole like Godfather scene, and I know that scene, but I don't think I've ever actually seen it. There's a scene where they put a decapitated horse head in someone's bed. Oh, well, that was kind of a similar vibe, I guess. It wasn't, I don't think it was intentional. I think it literally just fell, and so that was what happened. But that is funny. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, but that's probably what my sister was thinking, was like, oh my god, am I being pranked? But no, my other sister's just a really heavy and restless sleeper. Like, she's a heavy sleeper, but she tosses and turns a lot. So, yeah. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good, I think. Okay, I will add some more frames, though. Sammy do banana on head emote. I was thinking about that, actually. I think maybe next art stream might be emotes, because I was thinking of starting some new art, but then I was gonna start some new art today, and then I kind of just didn't feel like starting from square one today, but eventually I think I will. That'll be the next one. Sammy do with the banana on my head. Should it be a banana peel or like a full banana? What are you thinking? I was thinking like a banana peel, but I could see either. Banana peel? Yeah. Kind of like Mario Kart when it's on the road. I got you. That'll be the next emote. This last one hasn't even gotten approved yet. Oh my gosh. Banana. Oh my gosh, that's great. I like how the letters are like floating on the screen too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I think maybe next stream. So I got this like kind of cozy game. Hopefully it's cozy. I'm pretty sure it's a cozy game on Steam. So I might try playing that on stream either tomorrow or Thursday, but most likely tomorrow, maybe. No guarantees, but I feel like that would be really fun to do something other than art and Infinity Nikki, which is pretty much all I've done so far. But yeah, we're gonna be gaming. Sammy the gamer. Yeah, it's supposed to be simple puzzle games and stuff. That's like the vibe I got. So hopefully nothing too crazy. Let me turn this down really quick and then. Okay, I feel like around here it gets a little too transparent. Like in this area. Let's fill it in just a tad bit. Same thing here. Okay. I will probably add a couple more frames in here, or should I just slow it down? Oh, this is already slower than I intended. No, it gets a little too like unsmooth. Okay, I think 10's a nice, pretty number, so we'll just add some frames in between to slow it down. I think that'll be good. But otherwise, it's pretty solid. Okay, actually, I need at least one more frame here first, anyway. So up here we went like that, and then came down like this. Here. Next we're going up, so it'll be kind of like this shape, but probably more like inverted. But I will use this as like my template, my base. Before I do that, okay, so that's the bottom. So this should be like here. This way. Get a little more plumpy like that. And then from here, maybe that's too much. Like this. Also, let me say, I was thinking about this earlier. PSA to gamers, based on a true story. And by a true story, I mean Kai earlier. Nothing actually happened, but when you're gaming, maybe don't shout "help me" at the top of your lungs. Because a few hours ago, Kai was like, I assume he was playing League or something, and he just starts screaming, "Help me, help me." I assume he was talking to some teammates, but oh my gosh, I was like, I really hope our neighbors don't hear and like call the cops or something. Like, I was genuinely concerned. It's easy to get lost in the sauce, I will admit, but yeah. Here's okay, and we'll have everything squished downward from there. Okay. Maybe this is bulbing out too much over here. Let's slim it down a tad bit. This one's also very whimsical, the music. I like it. Uh-oh, ad jail incoming, I think. Oh, there it is. Sorry about the ad jail, but see you guys on the other side. And for those who are still with me, you can't escape. Mwahahaha. Let's adjust this a little bit. That's that. Oh, I still gotta fix the ears and tails anyways, though, so I guess that's okay, we'll get there. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay, so I've got that. And we want the ears to be droopy. We want it to be squished down. But not that squished down. Maybe I should just keep the same ears, because those ones are technically the same as this one. Maybe that'll make the most sense. I'm gonna borrow these ears. Oops, click something. Hope I didn't break anything. Everything looks like it's still working. Okay, let's borrow your ears and we're gonna put these here. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just scoosh these up. I think I will move the face though. Probably on this and probably the other frames too, because I feel like that adds to it. And I don't think I did it yet on the others. Maybe I did. Like this one, I think the face can be a little higher probably. It's like coming down from up there. My eye is itchy. It's the end of spring, isn't it? Okay, anyways. Okay, that I can leave like this, and then maybe on this one I can scooch it down. Maybe the face can be like, that's not too much. This one, I think the face can scoot up a little bit more. And then here we can scoot it up a lot. Hang on. Never mind, I don't like this because it's totally not moving. Okay, we'll scooch this back down a little. Or maybe, no, down a little. Okay, better. Better. Welcome back from ad jail. Okay, let's see. All that, and then I do want a foot this tail round. And by round, I mean upside down. Oh, I didn't even realize Cassie was right behind me taking a nap. How's this? Okay. This goes from there to there. Okay, okay. Like that. Dun, dun, dun. The actual line art on this. Hang on. Hold up. Gotta fix this. Okay, erase that. There we go. Much better. That's what we like to see. Care of that. Okay, now let's fix all these masks. In the pink department. Not gonna lie, I kind of almost want to shift all this down too. That's probably fine. I seem to have missed a bit here. Howdy. Hello, CE Game of PWNZ? What should I call you? CE Game of Poems? How are you though? Howdy, howdy, howdy do. How are you? Welcome in. We're just doing some fun little animations. Yeah, you got the name like Game of Thrones. Ah, I see. Should I just call you Game of Poems then? That's a clever name. I had to think about that. I feel like I'm not very good with the lingo. You can just call me Poems or Game. Okay, sounds good. I'll call you Game. I think that'll be easy to remember. But how are you? How's your Tuesday? If it's Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday at most places. No, I think I'm on the later end of the time zones and such, so it might be it could be Wednesday. But how's your day? How's your day, morning, evening, whatever it may be? Yeah, it's post dinner time for me. Had a nice chicken salad for dinner earlier, so I'm just kind of chilling here. You're good? That's good. Yeah, it's about to be 11 p.m. here. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's about to be 9 for me, so I'm a bit further west than you, it seems. Yeah, I'm enjoying the post 3-day weekend evening. Yeah, my workday was pretty chill, luckily, but I was kind of, as many people do, dreading that first day after the 3-day weekend when you're kind of tired and your brain's still kind of keeping up. Same, I was at DreamHack this weekend. Oh, that's exciting. How was it? I don't know much about it, but I do hear about it here and there every year, I feel like. Sounds very cool. Yeah, lots of lots of conventions and cons and get-togethers and stuff were happening this weekend, especially because of Memorial Day. Um, like weekend, people take advantage of the 3-day weekend, understandably so. Yeah, mine was filled with a lot of family stuff, a lot of graduation parties and wedding planning things and such. So yeah, busy weekend. Luckily, yesterday wasn't too bad. My parents were asking if I wanted to see Mission Impossible with them, but I was like, honestly, we had so much stuff this weekend already that I think I just need a day to chill. It was fun. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I gotta go to my brother's graduation in a week. Ooh, congratulations to your brother. That's exciting. Yeah, both of my sisters graduated from college well, last week actually. Um, so that was very exciting, but it was a lot of traveling because one of them graduated from New York and one of them graduated from Los Angeles. So, uh, opposite ends of the U.S. Opposite sides of the U.S. and they were on back-to-back days. So it was a lot for sure, but we made it to both of their graduations, and that's all that matters. We made it. We got to celebrate and hang out, and yeah. Dang, opposite coast. Yeah, for real. Like literally, we left New York. I think it was Friday morning because the first ceremony was on Thursday, and then we left early Friday morning to make it to the one in LA. And that one, like, I think we literally landed, grabbed a quick lunch from Chick-fil-A, and then went straight to the ceremony. So we didn't even have time to like change or anything. So we we're all dressed up for the graduation on the airplane on the 6-hour flight. I'm driving 5 hours of the day, or 5 hours the day of my brother's graduation to get there. Oh my gosh, good luck. I've never been a very strong driver, so luckily like I have a lot of people around me who are a little better at the longer drives, but man, that sounds like it'll be a lot. But safe travels, and like I said, congratulations to your brother. Hope it all goes well. Yeah, graduation season is always very fun. My sister's graduated. My cousin also graduated. He's gonna go on to do his master's next. But yeah, thanks. It's the last brother to graduate high school. Oh, that's so exciting. That was my brother last year. He graduated high school and he was the last of my siblings. Because it's me and then my two sisters and then my brother. So we're all a little bit spread out. I think since I'm the oldest and my brother's the youngest, so it's like a total span of 8 years. He's 8 years younger than me, so yeah, it was very exciting. I know the feeling. Sammy graduated high school back in 2024. I'm not that young. That would be crazy. Oh man, it does make me feel very old though, thinking about like just the fact that like my 10-year like high school reunions coming up now. There's been lots of talks about not the reunion specifically, but just in general. I feel like a lot of people in my age are like kind of picking up on how the reunion stuff works because it's supposed to be the class president that organizes the 10-year reunions and all that stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen anything about our class president in years. Like she kind of disappeared off the face of the earth a little bit. At least in the social media sense. I don't know. She's probably around, but I didn't have a 10-year because of COVID. You sound young. Yeah, I graduated college at the start of COVID, so it sounds like I'm a bit younger than you. I think Blanket's older than me though. I don't know. I'm just basing this off of some of his back in the day comments. um, yeah, I don't know. Depending on like what groups I'm talking to, because I before I was streaming, I spent a lot of time lurking in people's chats, and there are some that make me feel like really young, Like I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, we're like in our 30s and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel a lot younger. But there's this one artist that I was following for quite like maybe like a year or so, and then recently, I can't remember what it was she said, but she made some comment recently that made me realize she was like actually much younger than me, and I was like, oh wow, I feel like I'm like sandwiched between age groups. Oh yeah, thanks for making me feel old. Sorry, I didn't mean to. If it makes you feel better, one of my closer streamer friends, she just celebrated on stream. I think she celebrated her 37th birthday? Question mark. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, so she's much older, or like a bit older than I am. But yeah, there's some people on here that I'm following. Oh, I remember what it was now. I was following the streamer, and she was like talking about like being born in like what it's like being born in the early 2000s. She's like, oh yeah, it's an 03 baby, and I'm like, 2003, and you know how to talk? Like in my head, 2003 is like 9 years old. Dang, much older, a little JK. Yeah, I should be careful what I say. I do that with my uncle sometimes, where I say something about like calling someone kind of old, and then realize that I'm like I think about who I'm talking to, and I'm like, wait, I didn't mean it like that. I was an 01 baby. I can't tell if you actually were, because I feel like you've given me like 3 different years in the last like few streams that we've talked about this. I consider old to be someone born 85 or before. That makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That would be like 40? Yeah, 40. I think that's reasonable. That's a good cutoff. Do I need to pull my ID out for you? No, don't dox yourself, please. Yeah, but I think 85 is a good cutoff. I'm a late 90s baby, and my brother, one time, I think when he found out what year I was born in, I remember he was like, oh my gosh, Sammy was born in the late 1900s? And I was like, don't say it like that. Hyping, does Sammy exist? Huh? Sammy was 97. I won't confirm or deny, but it is close. Hypothetically, does Sammy exist? I might just be a 2D image on your screen. Do I exist? Am I real? Actually, most of my socials, I do have pictures and stuff of my face, so it's not hard to find what I actually look like. Then Sammy is 98. 98 years old? That's pretty old. 2D Sammy. She lives in Flatland. Yeah. I live in a completely different dimension. The second dimension. Ooh. It's so flat here. Kai was born in 1887. Dang, what does that say about me? Am I living with a vampire? I think Kai fell asleep. I don't hear him gaming outside anymore. He's probably on the couch. He and Cassie sleep a lot. My little kitty cat, she's sleeping right behind me. Oh, she heard me say her name. Sorry, love. So you can only see the edges of other 2D shapes. Yeah, I just see, like, if you turn to the side, it's just a flat line. Hey Sammy, people are using your birth year to get onto sites with an age minimum. Oh my gosh. I remember like signing up for like Club Penguin and stuff and having to use like, I don't even remember what years I was using back then. People are using the year 2000 for their fake birth years, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels too young still. Like, people born in 2004 are 21 this year. 1975. Oh, hi, Crimson. Oh, Crimson Bandit. Okay, now that you're here, I actually showed this earlier, but Crimson drew this really cute bubble cat for me, or for like, yeah, just in general, but he drew his own bubble cat. So sorry, this is like a terrible frame to show it on, but here's my bubble cat. And check this out. Crimson Bandit drew this and sent it to me, but this is his bubble cat. It's so cute. I absolutely love it. Thank you again for this. I think it's really cute. I've been showing it off to like literally everybody I know. Oh my gosh, it looks so much like the one I'm drawing right now. Like even the tail position. I just put this on a random frame, so. Oh my gosh, is that that emote again? That is such an interesting emote, I have to say. I don't think I would make that emote, but I will take you guys up on the banana peel on my head emote. I like that idea. I don't know what we would use it for, but it sounds like a cute idea, and I have enough slots for it, so no problem. I recently made a bubblegum cat. Oh, that sounds really cute too. You know, I never really got into like bubblegum because I think when I was a kid, my mom was very worried about it being a choking hazard. So I never really learned to properly blow bubblegum. Not that it's like an important skill, but it's a skill that I wouldn't mind having, you know? But yeah, bubblegum and soda were things that I feel like my parents did not want me anywhere near until I was older. And then, like, funny enough, my brother was exposed to those much younger. It's the oldest sibling versus youngest sibling, like, dynamic, I think. I just recently made a banana shirt. I always support banana. Yeah! Lee's been requesting a banana emote for a minute now, so I think next time I do an art stream, maybe I'll work on a banana themed emote. Just a banana on my head, or banana peel on my head. Yeah, kind of like a Mario Kart banana. I think I might play. So every stream I've done so far has been either Infinity Nikki or art, but I think next time I might try playing a game that I saw. It's called Florence, and it seems really fun. It's like supposedly a bunch of like puzzle games. It's not like a new game per se, but it seems really fun, and it was coming up on my feed a lot, so I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. I remember shoving 10 of the same gum all at the same time. I was drowning in the juice. That sounds scary. But maybe that's the Sammy that was like told that bubblegum's a choking hazard talking right now. It feels like a dumb ways to die kind of thing. Bubblegum. Cause like now, I think I've tried chewing gum, and like I don't know, it doesn't feel that pleasant to me. Like it just kind of feels like a lot of work now. But it does make me wonder, like if I was allowed to chew gum as a kid, would that be different, or would I still feel the same way about bubblegum? Okay, I think this one I need to shave down the bottom part of the reflection a little bit. It's kind of like, did you guys ever play Chubby Bunny in like, I guess when you were younger, where you put marshmallows in your mouth and then you say Chubby Bunny and then you keep adding marshmallows until you like can't fit them anymore, or you like can't say Chubby Bunny without spitting out marshmallows. Because that was something, I think I tried it like once or twice with my friends, but then there was that like dumb ways to die thing, or like I don't know if it was an actual thing, it might have been, where someone tried the Chubby Bunny challenge and it like there were just so many that it like melted and like filled up her throat and she died. I don't know if that was real. I would believe it if it was real, but I don't think I've played Chubby Bunny since then because that was scary to me. I think there was like a phone game for that too, Dumb Ways to Die. It was also kind of like a bunch of mini games and stuff, I think. But it was like, see how many of these puzzle games you could survive, and there was like these little like shaped like 2D figures, and and you just had to get him out of funky situations. I don't remember that Dumb Ways to Die game. I don't know. I think it was out, like, it went around our middle school when, like, I don't know, like, oh my gosh, I'm like thinking about how long ago middle school was for me, like 10, 12, 13 years ago-ish. I played it, but I don't remember that part of the game. I don't think the marshmallows were part of the game. I think there was like a YouTube like series that had, or something like that, or maybe it was a TV show that had like videos of like it was more reenactments of dumb ways to die, or like dumb ways that you could potentially die. And so I think that's where that was from, but I don't think the marshmallow one was ever in that game. How's this looking? That's looking bubbly. Yeah. It's cute. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit tired. I was gonna take some time to add some more frames to this, but I think I might actually wrap it up there. Let me think about, let's see, how's my schedule this week? I think Kai's sister's coming over again later this week. So, I think most likely I will try to stream tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. I think tomorrow will be a good day to stream. I don't know exactly what time, but I think I'm gonna try to play a game instead of drawing tomorrow. It's gonna be me trying something new. I'm gonna try being a bit of a gamer. But let's see, is there somewhere we can raid? Let's see, who's doing stuff? Ooh, this person. Let me make sure they're not ending. They've raided me before. Okay, I think they're okay. What are you doing, though? See, all these people that I follow are, They started a while ago, so I'm worried that they'll end soon. Sammy Gaming, yeah, it's not gonna be anything crazy gaming, but it'll make me look a little less stupid than with real games. Oh, here's someone. They just came back to streaming recently. Okay, this person does art and stuff too. Right now they're playing Helldivers, which I know is a very different vibe from here, but I haven't talked to them in a really long time. So we're gonna go say hi. I hope it's not too jarring. What's your 8th favorite dish? I don't even know what my first favorite dish is, honestly. I'm very indecisive. I'll get back to you on that though. Let's see. Let's start this raid to, their name is Empu Light, I think. I've never actually learned how to say it, but they're very cool. They took a big break from streaming but came back recently. So let's start this raid. Okay, let's start, and then yeah, we'll see you most likely tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then Thursday for sure. TY, yeah, here, let's send some raid messages. Sub raid. Okay, so pick either of those raid messages, and we'll see you tomorrow, and I'm gonna maybe attempt to be a gamer or something. Okay, bye bye, good night. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.